I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Wisconsin sports news. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content with the people. Y'all saw the title. I want to get into a little Brewers today. I want to get into some Packers today. And I want to get into some Bucks today. And let's just see how the conversation leads us, friends and family. Hey, salute to the Brewer Nation. Salute to Packer Nation. Salute to Bucks Nation. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the like button. I know y'all been chomping at the bit, been on my helmet to talk Brewers. You see, I came out here with respect, especially after the 4-1 win against the Cubbies today, and Terang's 2-run homer, all that fly stuff, 80 wins. Let's get into it. Again, we about to see what's really cracking though in this San Francisco Giants series, because that's gonna be the momentum you need to go into October. So we gonna see. It's begun now, friends and family. The Brewers talk has officially begun. I'm paying attention. I see the heart. I see the heart. I see it. I'm paying attention. But again, let's see what happened against the Giants, because that's going to be huge. I know we're up by 7 games in the National League. I understand that. Best record in the MLB. I get it. I'm working my way to get it excited for the Brewers. I'm working my way up to it. The series against the Giants will help me a lot in feeling confident for the Brewers in October. Like I've always said, I love the Brewers. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button. It's for the free 99. Come on, y'all. I've always said I have no problems with the Brewers in the regular season. It's October is when that's when the wheels come off. But if you can beat this Giants team and take that momentum going into October, I will feel a lot differently. I just need to see them do it. If I can see them get out of the first round, then I know they can go all the way. That's how I feel. If they can get out the first round, they going all the way. They just got to get out that first round. That has been the Achilles heel since. I mean, we've had a couple nice little runs, 2011, 2018, but the postseason has always been. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Dog over here coughing. I just had to take him to the vet today. Whew, my bad, friends and family. So again, we starting to talk about the Brewers. I want to hear what y'all have to say. I'm giving them they love. They got the 80 wins. They're up by 7 games. Best record in the MLB. They can poke their chest out. You see, I'm wearing the hat today out of respect for the 80 wins. But you got to show me in October. I've seen. I just don't want them to be a Peyton Manning team, man. I want to see them succeed in the postseason. That's what I really want to see. And also, I don't remember if I did, but shout out to Terang for the 2-run homer. So yeah, Brewers. Let's get into it. I just wanted to give my little quick take so far of what I've seen from the Brew Crew. They've been impressive, man. 14-game win streak. I get it. I got PTSD because of the postseason. That's all I want to say. That's where my PTSD is. We gonna get back into it. I just wanted to give my quick little update and show my love to the Brewers. I'm not a hater. I'm nervous. That's it. I'm just saying I'm nervous. And then let's go on to the Packers. The Packers is 1-1 right now. They won their last game after we blacked out at halftime. They played a little bit better with the Scabs in the second half. And they had a joint practice today with the Seahawks that hearing was real feisty. It was like a lot of scuffles and whatnot, a lot of intensity. And they keep saying that the new draft, like this recent draft class, is playing really well defensively. A lot of speed, a lot of intensity. I hope to see that when the season starts. Also, none of the probably almost zero defensive starters will be playing in this upcoming in the preseason finale. So we'll just be watching to see the others and people trying to fight for roster spots in the Saturday preseason game. So that'll be interesting. I'm gonna tell y'all right now with the Packers, I am concerned. They just don't. I don't see any fight, any hunger. I know we came back in that game, but it was like with all the nobodies, respectfully, that were playing. When the people that meant something were playing, they were doing nothing. I'm hearing a lot about this defense. I don't want no excuses when the season start because it's looking like the same old Packers. No pass rush, no intelligence on defense. It's just looking like the same old. I'll keep saying it until the wheels come off. The Packers will not ever go back to another Super Bowl, period, until we get one person minimum that can get you 10 sacks. Until that happens, Packers fans, don't even worry about it. I'm honest. I don't sit here and try to make a fantasy for you. I'm gonna tell you because you need that to win a championship. There's no way you're gonna win with a defense that doesn't have at least one somewhat elite pass rusher. It just doesn't work like that. We need to find our pass rusher. I'm actually cool on the linebackers, the young dudes, Cooper and them. I like Cooper. Quay Walker, I'm not a big fan of. Y'all know that. I just don't think he has the IQ or acumen to play in the NFL to me. Everything's a day late and a dollar short with Quay Walker. He gonna have to show me something because I don't believe it. He has speed, but his reactions are always late. I'm cool on Quay Walker, but Cooper and them dudes, I like them. And obviously the secondary should be solid. I know we lost Jair, but they should be solid. But none of that matters if you don't get a pass rush. I am very, very concerned about the Packers in a pass rush defensively. I I don't know about y'all, but I'm very concerned. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And then shout out to Mr. Cool. I know Mr. Cool wanted to go live. I'm sorry for the late notice. I forgot to make the live public. So that's why I was such short notice. So I appreciate y'all that are tapping in. Mr. Cool is feeling away about the whole the Giannis narrative still going on as far as him going, leaving, what's going on in Greece. I want to know how Bucks Nation and friends and family feel about Giannis, the slap across the head of the teammate. Also, how he went ham and had like a double double in 10 minutes, and how he's working on his jumper. As we thought that's what he would do if he was over there, was try to work on a part of his game. I don't know why he has to go all the way over there to work on his game, but I guess they said the defense is harder over there or whatnot. So it is what it is. But he's playing well. But are you concerned about Giannis's loyalty at all? Are you concerned about him still continuing to play in Greece? Like, let's just really get into it. Let me know what y'all think. I mean, we're a little bit away from real Bucks action, but not too far where we're gonna start to get into like preseason and all that. It's not too far off. And I'm still waiting for this team to be together, and I want them to be together as soon as possible to begin practicing. I'm standing on that. We have enough moving new pieces where I think this team needs to start to gel and build a bond and chemistry as soon as possible, as soon as absolutely possible. Just because of the new pieces, y'all. They just have to get it acclimated. So that's just how I feel. Again, I'm optimistic, but I'm cautious at the same time, especially with the Brew Crew. Especially with the Brew Crew. I think this is a postseason hat right here. Yeah, see, I go to the games. I'll go to the postseason games. It's just, man, I'll get disappointed, man. I'll buy the merch. I'm there. I'm hyped. We about to do it, and then, nah, about that. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them to kind of get it together, but I will be going to a postseason game, 100%. I want any of y'all going to any Brewers postseason games? They're clearly going. So anybody going? Let me know in the comment section too. And salute to friends and family in the chat. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Don't get it's not hey, you won't catch nothing from it. It only helps the channel. Please hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Let me see who up in the building. What up, Luke? What up, BKC? Brandon King Carter in the building. What up, Francis? Appreciate you. Jeff Riley, what's good? Simeon, what's good? Greg Delaney, what's good? Appreciate you. JST Fresh Tech, what's good? Mr. 414, what's good? What up, Midnight Newton? What's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, the Brewers, hey, 80 and 40. I gotta respect the 40 games. Hey, the Brewers doing it. Hey, I gotta give that credit. 80 or 40 is crazy. 80 and 40 is crazy. They out here giving people work. And I know they had that little slide, but then to get that good win against the Cubbies today, 4-1, and with that terrain 2-run homer, the way they did it, it was in regular Brewers fashion. They'll be all right. You can't win every game. You're gonna have some slides. I mean, you won 14 straight. I guess there has to be reasonable expectation. You know, you're not gonna go 22-3 or something like that. You gotta be reasonable. What up, Robert Morris? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Prime time was good. What up, SGS Cody? Was good. Appreciate you. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. What up, Pam? Salute to Pam. Queens of the chat in the building. What up, Marcus? Appreciate you. Get to some Bleacher Report boss. What's good, bro? Tap in when you ready, bro. Shout out to Bleacher Report boss. So we gonna talk these Brewers. We gonna talk these Packers, y'all. Y'all gotta make me believe. My boy James Woods, he be in the chat a lot. We chop it up when we at the gym. He keep just going in on me about this is different for this year for the Brewers. He's like, I know what's happened in the past. He's like, bro, this year is different. He was like, the energy is different. The confidence is different. The game plan is different. He's just going in on me. He said, so let me tell you what my boy be saying, Brewers fans. Y'all let me know. He's like, they're not just winning with slugging with like the 1-4 batter. He's like, that's not what they're doing. He's like, it's the whole lineup. They're bunting, sacrifice flies, they're stealing bases. He's like, they're doing actual. He's like, they're playing real baseball. Shout out to my boy James. He be passionate as hell. He's like, dude, he just don't get why I can't get on board yet. He's breaking down the whole science, and it's logical. I get what he's saying. I just want to know, are y'all co-signing that? Are the Brewers playing like real fundamentally sound baseball, and that's why they're really winning? Because I don't think they have like just all this slugging like a lot of teams have. I think they do have a balanced attack, and they play smart baseball. You're going to win more than you lose if you play smart baseball. I just need them to do it in October. I'm gonna keep talking. October. What up, Robert Brooks? Appreciate you tapping in. Jeff said the slap of the teammate was said it was all fun and games, nothing serious. I agree, but why even play like that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't even play like that. Like, even if we playing, don't slap me in my head, bro. I'm just saying, for me, nobody would play like that with me and just slap me in my back of my head. Like, I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. Don't slap me in my back of my head. Like, what? Like, that's still kind of crazy. Maybe that's over there, but we don't play like that over here. You smack somebody back of the head, it might be up immediately. It might be up immediately. With me, it probably is up. You smack me back of my head, it's probably up. You should probably, yeah, it's probably up. Mr. 414 said, I think Giannis should put the whole media narrative to bed about him leaving. Giannis is the kind of dude that be playing too. Thank you! Playing too much. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Mr. 414. That's all I'm saying. About tap you in a second, Bleacher. Want to get to some of these comments. 1 second. Type you in 1 second there, sir. We got we got the crew in here, y'all. We got Dr. Smith. We got Bleacher. Gonna tap him in 1 second here, y'all. Just want to get a couple comments and we gonna get it in. Robert Morrison said that's what the Brewers have: chemistry and great manager. Bucks could be lacking in both. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Let's get it started, y'all. We tap in Bleacher. Tap in Dr. Smith. Hold on. Bleacher camera off. Hold on. Let me make sure Bleacher good. All right. Hold on, y'all. All right, VP. About to tap you in. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So, what up, bottom right? Hey, we got Dr. Smith at the bottom left. We got the VP, Bleacher Report boss down there. What's good, gentlemen? Hey, you see, I showed, hey, you see I wore the hat? hey.
Man, let me get on that real quick, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Then we gonna go to Dr. Smith. Go ahead.
Man, look, I mean, I love the Brewers, man, but they've been losing too much. It's like every time, like every time they get a chance to win. I mean, this is a different year. This is a completely different year.
Yeah, okay.
They 40 games over 500,
500.
80.
Yeah.
You can't
80 and
deny it.
40.
Yeah, you can't deny it. But it just, to me, I don't really care about the regular season. I care about playoff time. When
That's
the
all.
chips on the table. You know, I know people gonna say, "Oh, you should really love this and enjoy it." Yes, it's good. But I'm, I'm thinking about the season. Like, let's say you get the first round bye, and they don't do nothing after that.
Right.
Like, I want them to win. Like, I
Right.
want them to win. Like, stop messing around. Stop. It just. I get it.
They need to
They
win this for Robin Young, Paul Molitor, and Bob Euchre. Now, you got all the
Yeah, exactly.
motivation you need, especially for Euchre, and get it done. I'm starting to believe a little bit. I'm giving it some time. I'm starting to believe a little bit. But again, I want to see what happened in this Giant series with them.
Man, I'm shielding my heart, man. I'm shielding a little
Right,
bit.
yeah,
I'm
a
like,
little bit. That's what I said. I gotta protect myself. Hey, I'm like, hold on.
I don't wanna get too
Yeah,
cutesy with
so right. But I will give them this. The way they're winning is impressive. It's
it.
all
It is.
different types of ways. Sometimes it's a blowout. Sometimes it's a come from behind. Sometimes it's a walk-off homer. Like, it's not all the same. Like, it's very interesting. Solid pitching, relief pitching. I mean, I get it. I just need to see it. I just
it
need to see it.
you ask yourself, can they keep this up all
Yeah,
the season?
that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't want them to peak.
I don't want to peak and then they not progressing. They're
Right.
doing it without their best, one of their best hitters on the team, the young. I forgot his name, but he's
Mm.
not playing. The and you gotta put Brandon Wolfyard coming back from his
Right.
injury has been superb. That's
Right.
like the most important thing of this run. This man came back from his injury. He's playing lights out right now. And then Felipe Peralta been playing good. Our pitching staff is doing good. Miggs has not pitched very well last couple of games. We still had that run. You know, it just
I,
they
I,
team.
but we gotta say though, this Giant series is big.
It is. It is. Former former Brewer.
Yeah, that's
Former
what I'm saying.
Brewer.
So we're gonna see it. It's going. I want to see what they do in that series, and I want to talk Packers, and then I have a question for the Bucks. Same thing for Dr. Smith, but I know you more Packers and Bucks, so I got
Yeah.
questions for you. So now with the Packers, they keep talking about this defense, the speed, and the intensity. I got the same question for you, Dr. Smith. I'm not seeing it in any of these preseason games, unless these are the players that aren't playing. I'm hearing it seems a lot of sizzle, no steak. Because they're talking about all this speed on the defense, the intensity. They had scuffles today with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm hearing all of this about the defense.
Excellent.
But I'm not seeing it yet on the field, and that's concerning. Because what are y'all seeing that we're not seeing? And then why are we not seeing it?
Well, the problem is they still thinking that it's a system and not the players. All the rumors and stuff with Micah Parsons and all that stuff. To me, we just taking it as rumors. But to be honest with ourselves, is this defense good enough to do what
Right.
they need to do? And that's the real question. And for that answer, that question is no. Right now, it's not. It's not. It's not the answer right now because you got our best players are two linebackers. We ain't say nothing about defensive line. You draft Van Ness. You, he's not even. It's like his third year, and we still don't know who he is. You know, and then Clark supposed to be the big guy who's been there for 10 years, but is he Aaron Donald? Is he his level or his atmosphere? No. This defensive line has been the reason why we not been in games. Yes, we can talk about Jordan Love. We can talk about the offense, but the defense keep on not stopping nobody. What's the point if you have to have Love constantly trying to score more than 20-some points? If the Packers have scored more than 24 points, 30 points a game to win, they're not going nowhere. Your defense got to show up. It got to show up, and I feel like they're not doing it right now. If they can really, if this defensive coordinator really is that good, you better get some blitzes and stuff. You better get some stunts. You better do
Yeah,
something
that's what
to
I'm
make.
saying. Like, I feel that it's gonna have to be schemes to get people to get pressure on the quarterback. They don't have the individual talent to really get a consistent pass rush. It's gonna have to be schemed, like you said, stunts and things of that nature. I really think that's gonna have to happen. But I don't like them lying. I don't like you telling me about intensity and speed and how good the defense is, and then I see two preseason game, and we look like food. That it can't be both ways. It just can't be. I know in today's society they try to make it that way, but it can't be both ways. It's one or the other. It can't be both ways. Like it. I I
David
just
and
want
Marlon,
to.
you want it
Go ahead,
one
bro.
way,
Go
but
ahead.
it's the other way.
It's the other way, right? You want to right?
I'm a Wire historian.
Oh,
Like,
hey, bro. Damn, I ain't got it. I gotta bring next time I wear. I got a wire T-shirt, kind of with all the characters from Keith. It was like a wire inspired thing. Really dope. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to pop that off one day. Hey,
sure.
Dr. Smith, to you about the Packers. Are you concerned? I'm concerned. I'm not gonna even hold you. I know it's preseason, but I still want to see something.
So not about the same things that you guys are.
Okay.
This is what I would say, right? For the defense. So for the games, no one liked that first game. There's no defending that, right? So I'm not even gonna try.
Right.
I think everyone was like, what are we even watching right now, right? But I don't know at this point if I have enough evidence to say that that was a lack of ability or a lack of caring about a game in a preseason game, especially defensively when they're running vanilla sets.
Right.
So they're not running anything intricate. They're not doing anything clever. That's not the point, right? What you're looking for, or what they were looking for, is individual assignments, right? Are you assignment sound at that particular point? And some things are just going to be difficult to see when you're playing like zone defense and you're just dropping off, right? Like you're not going to see like aggressive,
Right.
like come up and knock the person down if you're allowing receptions in a certain area. That's what I saw a lot, right? Now, not making excuses, like I said, certain things like just blocks, people not being able to move, guys off the defensive line, not that is not having anything to do with the intricacy of the defensive
Thank you.
set. That's about moving somebody back or opening up a hole, right? The second game, you had second and third stringers in, right? So I don't know how much you can glean from that, because I was nerding out and I'm reading all of the reports. The practice that they had, the joint practice that they had, where they actually played starters, the Packers walked all over them, like starter against starter, they dog walked them. So that's going to change what it is you want to see in the preseason game, because then you get to the preseason game and you say, oh, well, you guys can't hang with us, right? And so they have their starters in. We had our second and third stringers in against their starters. So I'm watching the game. One of the things that I was annoyed at was my offensive line, but that was my second string offensive line, and they were going up against their starting defense. Now, that's not an excuse, right? There's certain dudes on that second string offensive line that, bro, if we get injured and you have to get in the game, we're done.
And that's
right?
what I'm
like,
saying. That's where I want to go to. Like, okay, the starters are good, but if we have any injuries, and we always got injuries, I would be concerned with the backups.
Well, certainly with the offensive line,
defensive line too.
So let me get to that in a sec, right? So the offensive line right now, the projected starting offensive line, left to right, is supposed to be either Rasheed Walker or Jordan Morgan. Then you got Aaron Banks, you got Elton Jenkins, you got Sean Ryan, and then you got Zach Tom, right? If someone were to go down, I think the first person up, I guess it depends, right? If Jordan Morgan doesn't get into that starting lineup, then he's the first person up.
Okay.
If someone gets injured, right? I wouldn't mind that. Second person would be like Anthony Belton. That's the one that we just drafted, big Escalade. I wouldn't mind that. So now it's 7 deep. If you have to get to that eighth person, it can get a little shaky after that, certainly. Right? So let's hope that doesn't happen. right? Because our offensive line, but in defense of them, I don't know how many teams go 8 deep on their O-line. So if you're having to get down to like that 8th guy, that 9th guy, that's like having to get to like your 3rd string quarterback. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you've made it to that point, I don't know what we're expecting at that point when we're going up against certain dudes. I was definitely annoyed though. Like looking at Jennings, like you, bro,
Just
you
the
don't look like
execution. I'm just like,
you're just big.
jeez.
You're just big. Like you gotta be like, where's your weight room strength? Like you're getting moved around. You can't move people back. Like I was looking for Marshawn Lloyd in that game to really show out. You gotta have some holes to run through, and they weren't able to open up anything. You know. Defensively, all right. In my world, right?
Okay.
I would go in for Micah Parsons.
Right? 100%. All in for Micah Parsons.
But you got to ask yourself, what is it that you're giving up to get him? Because you're going to give up the farm to get Micah Parsons, right? I would do it. Just understand what you're doing. For me, again, the bottom line, if it were up to me, I would do it. Just know that if you're Dallas and you're giving up a 26-year-old who's that good, like that dude is like,
well, that ain't like, my problem.
He's not even blitz fast. Like usually you see people who have to blitz to be that fast. He's that fast through resistance.
Right.
Like there's not a blitz. He's just running through people that fast.
It's gonna be multiple first. It's gonna be multiple picks.
Oh, without question, right? We're talking bare minimum 2 first picks. They may be asking for a third.
Right. 2 for sure.
I know.
I would say 2 first and like a 3rd or 4th round. I could see.
2 first. If it's only 2 first, it's 2 first and a second and a player. Believe that. There's no Micah Parsons.
No, I get what you're saying,
Parsons
but
right now is like Aaron Donald. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is he as good as Aaron Donald? No, but I'm just saying, like, what he occupies in the league right now, he is maybe the best pass rusher as far as like ability is concerned. True. Now, last year you had people like Trey Hendrickson, you had T.J. Watt. They're in that conversation. Myles Garrett is maybe the best pass rusher, but that's his weight class. Those are like
he's in tier 1. He's a tier 1 pass rusher.
Exactly.
See, and we got tier 3 pass rushers on our team, and that's the problem. We got 3rd string pass rushers that are starters. We need a tier 1. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to keep saying it. The Packers will never, ever win another Super Bowl until they get a pass rusher. It is impossible to win a Super Bowl without at least one elite pass rusher. It's never happened in NFL history. Never happened. You can't.
I feel that.
Yeah,
it's so just because Micah Parsons is just such he's a generationally good player.
He could be the Reggie White that we need impact. He could be the Charles Woodson impact. All those impact players led to Super Bowls. You dummies have the formula and you refuse to use it. That's arrogance for the Packers organization. That's all it is. We're in this predicament because of arrogance. Nothing more, nothing less. They think their system is bigger than the players. That's the problem with the Packers organization. Y'all know damn well the holes on this team, and you know exactly what you need to do to fix it, but your pride is in the way. You think you're going to develop players to be Micah Parsons, and you're not. Some players are just born that way. It just is what it is. And you need those players. You need generational talents to win, especially in today's NFL. What the hell is wrong with y'all over there? Give the picks up. Give the damn picks up. We trying to win now. We got a young team. He's young. What are y'all doing? You know what? And on top of that, besides this year, we're going to give y'all this for getting Matthew Golden. All y'all first round picks, for the most part, have been Basura. So why are you hoarding him when you don't know how to draft? Give it up. Get Mike over here so we can do something in the playoffs, you morons. Stop playing games with the people. What are you waiting on? Who on our team is even close to? You put 3 people together. Let's put Van Ness, Clark, and what's the other fool, Gary, together. They still don't equal Micah Parsons. What are we doing? What are we doing, Packer organization? Are y'all want to win or not?
I think that's an actual stat. I was listening to somebody else's podcast, and they actually put that stat up where they measured pressures. And Micah Parsons by himself, not last year because he was injured, but the year before that when he was healthy, Micah Parsons by himself had more pressures than our entire, like our guys combined, like our defensive ends, our defensive ends combined, right? Here's the thing with that. This is like Dallas's MO, though, right? Dallas did the same thing when it came to Dak Prescott. Dallas did something similar when it came to CeeDee Lamb. It takes two people to make a trade. So we are assuming that Dallas would give him up for the farm. I don't know that they would, right? If you're in Dallas and you're in a negotiating position, then I don't know that they don't ask for even more than that. Like I said, we're starting the conversation with 2 first-round picks. If you are not willing to do that, see you later, because you're not. It's not just a conversation between. It's not just a conversation between Green Bay and Dallas. It's a conversation between Dallas and the rest of the league, right? And so they're going to be someone who's willing to pay a more exorbitant price. It's not just Green Bay. Green Bay has to offer up the best deal for Micah Parsons, and then even after that, Micah Parsons is going to want to be the highest paid defensive player in the league, which he's going to be.
Even if they don't get Mike, let's say Micah Parsons doesn't work out, we need to go get somebody that can pass
like
rush.
A Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson, Miles, Miles Garrett to sign now, or somebody. Crosby. Damn, yeah, we don't have a lot of options.
Well, Trey Hendrickson is a little bit more realistic. And I think he's more realistic because I definitely think that he and Cincinnati are at a complete impasse, right? Because apparently they've agreed on there are things that they haven't agreed on, right? And so he's a little bit older. I don't think he commands as much. I don't think he should be looking to command as much as Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is like when Kevin Durant went to Golden State. It is like the perfect time because he's 26.
He could grow. The team is around that age. All the core players are around that, and they could all grow together.
Exactly. So it becomes it's almost you can't move him. That's the problem essentially, right? It's almost like you can't move him because what is equity for Micah Parsons at a certain point? Remember, equity is not what we think it is.
Right.
Equity is what Dallas is asking for. Are you willing to pay that price? Right. And then think to yourself, Green Bay being a little bit more conservative than liberal when it comes to their money spending. They're not so conservative that they never go out and get guys because we just went and got McKinney and Jacobs last year, and look how that turned out, right? But then to turn around and make Micah Parsons not only the highest paid defensive player in the league, and at that point, what is it in history, right? It would be in history. So say that out loud. Green Bay making Micah Parsons the highest paid defensive player in history. Green Bay's going to do that, right? And give up multiple firsts, maybe 3, and a second or third, and a player. That is the going rate for Micah Parsons. That's like Kevin Durant going to Golden State. He's almost immovable at that point.
Right.
He's like Giannis the year before we won the championship. You can't move him. You got to move players to him.
Right.
I don't see it happening in Dallas. I think this is a dog and pony show. But in a fantasy world, him and Edgerrin Cooper coming after the quarterback.
It'd be crazy.
Oh, take me away. That's it. It's just you can't hike the ball. As soon as you hike the ball, somebody's putting you in your back pocket.
That is the person I think is the X factor for the Packers, is who you just mentioned on defense, is Edgerrin Cooper. He could be that person that could get to the quarterback and cause the pressures. He could help.
Now, mind you, I'm saying that, and I still our best player in me is it's not even a debate.
Yeah, right? Xavier McKinney. Yeah.
Xavier McKinney's our best player, right? And then number 2 for me is Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Which is crazy because these are the guys who just came, right? But I think Trey Hendrickson is a little bit more realistic because he's older. They're going to ask for less. He's still going to want the money, but he's gradually gotten better. whereas Micah Parsons was that guy pretty much from the beginning,
And been
he's
that
just
guy.
maintained it
I don't
this
believe
entire time.
that, man. Jeff.
Say again.
What
Jeff
Jeff say?
said something.
What'd he say? Let me see.
He said that Adam Schefter said this morning ESPN Milwaukee almost done deal with Parsons to a Packer. I don't know. I don't really know yet.
What? Hold
What he
on.
say?
Let me
What did
see
he
it.
say?
Hold
Say
on.
that again.
Let me look for Jeff. I'm trying to find the comment. Hold on, Jeff. Let me make
Jeff
sure.
said, I don't believe that yet, man. I ain't hearing
One more
anything.
time. I'm sorry. Read that out loud again.
He said Adam Schefter said this morning on ESPN Milwaukee that it's almost a done deal for Parsons will be a Packer. He wants out of Dallas.
Okay, I found it. Hold on.
Yeah. Look, that Adam
Now,
Schefter. That's what Jeff said.
yeah, that's no doubt. Let's put it up here. Adam Schefter, I trust him. This is kind of like, yo, if
Jeff,
this
all right. Jeff, don't.
Jeff,
Don't
bro,
tease
Jeff,
Don't
Jeff,
tease me like that.
If you're right, how about this,
Jeff.
If you're right, I don't
Yeah.
know anyone in Milwaukee but y'all. You know what I mean? I don't know anyone. If we get Micah Parsons, I'm absolutely coming
calling
to
everybody.
it
As you
at
should,
least three
right?
times in this year. At
I'm
least
calling
3 times.
Milwaukee. I'm calling everybody.
At least 3 times. At least 3 times.
Wow.
Right? Might even get a Brewers hat, and I'm a Yankee fan. I stayed in New York when it came to baseball. I don't see it though. Jeff, I hope you're right. I don't see it though. I think it's more likely. Like I said, this stuff is, if it were any other team, then maybe. But the Cowboys are performative. Like, they do this stuff. So
What up, Jimmy?
look, that's like, I don't want to like make
Right.
angry, but that's like Serena Williams saying it's almost a done deal. Serena Williams is going down to New Orleans to go find Ross, and they're gonna don't, come on, don't.
Well, I got it. But if they're doing that, if that happens, I want to be realistic. More crazier things have happened. But if we can land Micah Parsons, that changes everything.
That would be the craziest thing I've seen. Is the Packers.
Yeah.
The Packers doing it. That would be the craziest thing in any sport this year. In any sport, the Packers.
Yeah.
Getting Micah.
I agree.
The Packers essentially getting.
You got some more information, Bleacher? My bad. He saw. Okay. I
like,
can't believe Jeff said that to change the whole dynamic of the conversation.
But I'm still on that. I believe it when I see it, because I do think that there should be more impetus in that. But that's because we lost, at least for the time being, the 2 guys that we drafted to help us in that room, in Baron Sorrell and Colin Oliver. Colin Oliver is going to start the season off possibly on either the PUP or the IR list, but he's not going to be able to go. He hasn't practiced a single training camp day, I don't think. Now, when they first started looking at Colin Oliver, no one, first of all, I'm not going to make an insane comment by saying that he was like our Michael Parsons. He's not, right? But the lure to Colin Oliver was his speed, right? Was that he was supposed to be able to run around people, and he was supposed to be the change-up pitch. So typically the Packers like to go for big defensive ends that can collapse the pocket, and that is their strategy, right? They don't want you to be able to escape, right, by like running around someone. They want to kind of be like a trash compactor. Whether we agree or disagree with that strategy, that's what they look for. So the Rashawn Garys, the LVNs, the big dudes who could rush with power and go through people, right?
Hey, Tish.
But they realized that you do need some speed there. Do you look at someone like Edgerrin Cooper? Edgerrin Cooper was like a nightmare, and he didn't even really know the defense all that well.
Right.
And he was a nightmare. So, I mean, that does change the conversation. Now, the Packers did have, this is I guess my minor pushback, right, was that the Packers did finish in the top 10 with sacks last year. It just wasn't coming from the places that you traditionally see.
Right.
They were having to scheme it up. I don't have a problem with that, right? Because one of the things that, like Rashawn Gary, for example, one of the things that he used to get penalized for was constantly going for the sack and not being gap sound, not being assignment sound, so he wouldn't seal the edge. And so, yes, he would get the sacks, but he would allow quarterbacks and running backs an escape route to get around him, and then the play would just be destroyed. So you used to be able to beat the Packers by running on them. Yeah, we get sacks, but then you'd have guys just go out. And I remember this. I remember, like, we can't stop anybody, man. Like,
Right.
running the ball, right? The script has been flipped. We did a good job at stopping the run last year, but when you do that, you do sacrifice something up. Like, you can't, with the guys that we have, get both. But I do believe you can get one or the other. So either you're going to go for the sacks like crazy with your defensive ends and give up the runs, or you stop all of that kind of stuff. If you remember, like we when we played the Eagles, did Jalen Hurts really hurt us with his legs? Not really.
Not really.
You know
no.
what I mean?
Problem.
What's his name down in Arizona?
What to do with them? The problem was they just couldn't contain them, and they wasn't scoring enough points on offense. Like Love gave 3 interceptions that game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Against the Eagles.
It was close.
Yeah, well, I mean, the playoff game was, after a certain point, you're throwing interceptions because it's the playoffs, right? It's all or nothing at that point, right? But my point is that, like, the dual threat quarterbacks weren't dual threat against us, right? And so you had what's the perfect example? I'm forgetting his name right now. Arizona's quarterback,
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, I think either the week before they played us last year, 2 weeks before, they played San Francisco, and he just destroyed them with his legs, killed them. They get in the game against us, he can't do any of that because we contain rushed him, right? But when you do that, you can't run crazy at someone like that because he's going to kill you. He wants you to do that. Like, come at me recklessly, the way that Rashawn Gary used to do, and then I'll just run around you and
right, and you don't have the athleticism to
exactly, and do to you what I just did to the 49ers. They didn't do that, right? And so it's like a give or take. Now, yes, in a perfect world, you have defensive ends that can do both, right? Your TJ Watts, your Myles Garretts, but that's why they are elite of the elite, because they can contain the run and rush the passer, right? It's like Tucker Kraft, who is a receiving threat, but he can also block really well.
Right.
You can do both. Right now, to me, Jeff Hafley, this is why Jeff Hafley should be valued the way that he did, because he found a way to get pressure on the quarterback and not give up the big runs. It's just that the pressure didn't come from your defensive ends.
Right.
The pressure came from people like Edgerrin Cooper. It came from, like, our safety blitzes, right? You would see Xavier McKinney get in there every now and then. You would see a cornerback blitz.
More creative blitzes. Yeah, creative blitzes.
Yeah, so you had to become more of a chess player with the defensive ends that we had. Now, here's the good news. I don't know whether to feed into it or not, but LVN is supposed to be getting better. I will believe that when I see it. It's very much like this Michael Parsons thing. I'll believe it when I see it, because when I saw LVN
they're talking
last
real.
year,
They got their chest poked out damn near in the chat here. They're just saying it's damn near a done deal. Like that. Y'all, hey, y'all better not get me excited. Y'all better chill out, man. Hey, don't get
with Michael Parsons. Just understand what it is you're saying.
Saying that's what I said. Y'all gotta relax in the chat.
I love it.
Yeah, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax.
I'm telling you, I'll buy property in Wisconsin, no problem.
Whenever that's signed, we're going live immediately. If that happens, immediately.
I'm just gonna ask you to just start looking for places for me.
All right, immediately. I got you. Don't even trip. Immediately.
I'm looking for a winter place.
If the trade happens, I'll be like that character in Donkey Kong Country. Go to that little the bonus board. He wins something.
Right.
But just understand what it is you're asking for, though. Like what kind of move that is. That is LeBron James going to Miami when he went.
Yeah,
that is that kind of move. Like on defense. Because Michael Parsons is bare minimum top 3 pass rushers. I think he's the best. Or no, I put him at number. I don't know. It's either him or Myles Garrett, and I guess it just depends on what day of the week you ask me, right? But those 2 guys, and then T.J. Watt, and then Trey Hendrickson, and everybody, or Max Crosby, and whoever. But 2 at the most is Michael Parsons, and you put him. So we're just talking about Rashawn Gary's limitations, right? He can't be one or the other. The other thing that Rashawn Gary had a lot was double teams and trips. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he gets enough credit for that. So for me, that was one of the reasons that I was upset with LVN because he wasn't commanding enough attention to take some heat off Rashawn Gary. And now Rashawn Gary is getting
Mm-hmm.
all this heat because of what he's not doing. And it's because LVN at the time was a one-trick pony. Now, you come to find out that LVN had a thumb injury, and that was a big part of his problem. So again, to be decided, TBD on LVN. I am cautiously optimistic, but that's not where my concern is. We got real long-winded about Packers. I'm sorry to the chat who probably, I don't know, I hope you didn't check out with all of this, but
Don't
for
subscribe
me,
with
my, huh?
Shout do
Say
subscribe
again.
with the shots to do
Oh,
subscribe with him. Sorry, to finish your thought. I'm sorry. Dr. Smith, you stuck. Dr.
All
Smith
right.
stuck.
Oh, here comes that. Here you go. All right, hold on. There you go. Here you go. All right.
He got
technical
stuck.
difficulties. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
But I'll just shorten it up, right? Because I actually wanted to ask you guys some about the Bucks real quick. But
Yeah.
for me, uh, I guess my concern with the Packers is not as much defensively, although, like I said, we definitely could stand to get some more good news, especially in that pass rush
Right.
room. For me, my concern is with how much time my wide receivers are missing in training camp, man. Especially
Mm.
right, especially when continuity and rhythm was a storyline last year, right? Jordan Love missed part of his training camp because he was angling for a better deal, right? So he was holding out. Then he gets hurt in the first game. He comes back, he gets hurt
Hurt
again.
again.
It
Yep.
messed with the rhythm, right? And it made it so that he did not look the way that we know that he can look, right? Fast forward to this year, Christian Watson's out, right? Jaden Reed has missed substantial time. Dontavian Wicks has missed substantial time. Savion Williams is in and out. Romeo Dobbs is in and out, although he's in, thankfully, more than he's out. But that's like five of our guys in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going up against good teams. Like the first game that we have is against arguably the best team in the NFC right now, the Detroit Lions. Only 5 days later, no, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days later, excuse me, you're going up against Washington, who's supposed to be this year's Houston Texans. Remember
Texans.
how
Right. Yeah.
everyone felt like, oh, the young, up and coming, exciting. That's who we're going up against in game two. And they're dangerous. Part of it is because of how good their defense is. So we need
True.
to be clicking on all cylinders fast. And I don't know how in rhythm we're supposed to be, right? That's what my concern is. Right. And we'll see. Time will tell, right? We got 2 weeks to
That.
get healthy. Everyone got 2 weeks to find their way to the ice bath, find their way to physical therapy, find their way to the massage room, figure it out. Everyone needs to get healthy. I don't know what you have to do, get some Bengay, some Epsom salts, something. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's just too many people who've missed too much time in training camp for me to be comfortable with that. Right? And all I'm gonna do after this is go look up this Micah Parsons stuff now, because as far as I knew,
This is a lot to.
I don't
This a
see it
lot to
happening.
unpack. This is a
I don't
lot
see
to.
it happening. I
Uh,
still don't see it happening.
let,
I don't
let's
see it happening.
let's pivot and we go. Let's pivot to the Bucks for now too. I want to pivot to Mr. Cool was one of the reasons we had this live too, because Mr. Cool feels away now that there's still the narrative with Giannis, everything going on has not been put to rest. He's more leaning now toward Mr. Cool. If you got time, feel free to tap in. I don't want to misspeak, but he's kind of he's understanding now where B Shack was coming from.
So remind me of where that is. What is that?
As far as his loyalty to the Bucks, taking things seriously, being with his teammates, like it was just like a whole thing. Like how much loyalty does he have to Milwaukee? Why hasn't he said anything? If you want to be here, put it to rest. Why do you keep playing this cat and mouse game with the media? and it's still going on, and you're still over in Greece, just like almost like he
I,
has his own agenda versus
I would
the
say
Bucks.
so. I would say part of his strategy seems to have worked, right? I would say right now, uh, I would like to just appreciate John Horst,
Right,
who I don't think gets the credit that he deserves. I think that he will make mistakes sometimes, but what he's not going to do is sit on his hands.
right.
So he goes for it, right? He's the aggressive poker player. And you know what? I'd rather go out with no bullets left in the chamber.
Mm,
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like if you're gonna take your shot, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like he's not going to go out with anything left, any stone unturned. Look at someone like Amir Coffey, right? That dude was sitting out there, and
okay,
they had the wherewithal to go and pick him up, and that was to me an area of need. He's a three, right? Look at
true.
the threes that we have on the depth chart, right? You guys know how I feel about Kyle Kuzma. If I say anything else, I feel like I'm going to be a bully in a minute, right? We don't need to speak about Kyle Kuzma anymore. But long story short, I'm not convinced by him at all, right? But I'm also not convinced by Torian Prince. Now, I'm not saying that Torian Prince don't need to be on the team. He has value, but Torian Prince, while he was one of the better 3-point shooters last year, never wanted to shoot a three, seemingly if there was someone within a foot
Foot right.
of
He
him,
went wide
right?
open where he got time, set his feet, no pressure.
Right, and that's just not reality in competitive
Nope.
basketball. It is during the regular season, right, when the games are lower energy and a little bit low
Right.
vibration. So like a Tuesday night in December, right? You may not have guys who are closing out on you on 3-point shooters with intention, but in the playoffs, he was unplayable.
Right. Agreed.
And what we were annoyed at was that it took Doc Rivers forever to figure that out.
That's very concerning. Like I said, it's the IQ thing with Doc that's very concerning.
You know what I mean? So, but just kind of keeping it with Torian Prince right now, he's not like especially athletic.
No,
Um,
agreed.
and he doesn't offer a ton offensively outside of the catch and shoot threes. So if you're
Oh,
not willing
100%.
to you know what I'm saying? So but he has value. He does have value. I'm not saying that like I'm not putting him in Kyle Kuzma's category where I'm wondering how you even make the team.
Right.
I think Torian Prince makes the team, and I think he's someone that you can definitely use and lean on in the regular season when the games are a little bit lower energy and you know
Mm.
because wide open threes you can do. You can do
No,
that,
he obviously. I mean, he
right?
was leading 3-point shooters in the league, so he. I definitely agree that he can do that. 100%.
But I don't want him in my starting lineup
No,
anymore,
no, 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 none
right?
of that. Yeah, I
So
don't.
it
I don't
leaves
think.
a
I think that's too much pressure for him to keep it real.
It is.
So it leaves us with a question. So enter Amir Coffey, right? Amir Coffey, I'm not going to try and make him out to be someone that he's not, right? He's
Right.
not like a godsend on defense, but what he does well, apparently, and I was listening to another breakdown of him by like a Cleveland Cavaliers content creator when they wanted to go out and get Amir Coffey. So they were making the case for him, and
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about what he does defensively. He trails 3-point shooters around screens really well. So he navigates
Mm.
screens really well.
We need
Now,
that.
if right, because if I'm to the chat, if you remember how I was when we still had Malik Beasley, that dude was on the verge of giving me an aneurysm. Like his
Right.
ability or inability to get around a screen. Like if you screen him, it was like super glue. He stayed stuck. It was over. Play was done. I was so tired of Malik Beasley's defense, right? Amir Coffey apparently will navigate that screen pretty well and make life difficult for shooters, right? Um, He's one of the better catch and shoot 3-point shooters that we will have when he comes with us. He fits really well with that as far as
Mm.
catch and shoot, right? If we're going to move into this offense where Giannis's usage rate is going to go up,
Right.
his ball handling is going to go up, then the simplest version of that offense is catch and shoot, right? Can you do that? Right? And can you shoot a contested three? And he can, right? So he's a good defender when it comes to trailing, like navigating screens, catch and shoot guy. He doesn't have like enormous arm, like wingspan for
Right.
someone his height, but it's serviceable. And he's athletic. He can go up and finish. So he's a transition three. So what we wanted from Kyle Kuzma to be athletic, to be a transition three, someone who can go up and get rebounds. Amir Coffey can do all of that apparently, except the rebounding. He's
But
not
that,
good at that.
but that's why we were saying that Kyle Kuzma, respectfully, is more of a luxury than a necessity. Now, if he was able to perform, it would put us at a whole nother level. But we don't actually need him. That's why I said, though, we don't need to trade him right away because obviously his value is low, and we don't have. It's not gonna be a lot of pressure on him this year because we have so much talent. So let him work his way of back to getting of some relevance, so that way we can trade him because this team is. I think from what we saw in the playoffs, that's why John Horst made all of these moves because he
Oh,
was
for
so
sure.
he was so unplayable that we had to create we had to get all these players to make up for whatever he was supposed to what we expected him to be able to do. So now
For
he's
sure.
just that he's there. Now if he starts balling, oh, we're even a way better team cuz he can rebound, defend, he
But
can
see, for
he's a,
me, it would be difficult to even find that out because he has, in my mind, if you're on this team, you've been relegated to Thanasis minutes. So I don't know when we're gonna find out that you could ball because you're not getting on the court at any time when the game is competitive. Like when you think you're getting on the court, you're not getting on the court, bro. If you're on this team, you're not getting on the court. Right there next to Ty Smith. I don't care what you're doing over there in the Philippines or wherever it is you at. You're not getting on the court. Not after what I saw. Without there being some dramatic difference. Now he has to be like unbelievable in training camp to get any minutes from what I saw, and maybe that happens. Maybe that happens, but you're not getting ready. Like if you're on the team, I don't know when you. Again, don't get me started on him, right? But I like that a lot of the things that we were complaining about. Hold on, Bobby just did an interview and basically said he knows Giannis is happy in Milwaukee and that he bleeds green. Yeah, he
yeah,
did that on the Milwaukee. I was
facts
listening to
ish.
that on my way to work.
Yeah, facts Tish.
Right. So what I like is that some of the things, a lot of the things that we were complaining about were seemingly addressed last year, right?
Mhm.
So the fact that with all due respect to Brooke Lopez, and again, I respect Brooke Lopez and what he
For
was
what he's
able to
done.
do for
Right.
us, but it did get to a point where it was rough to look at him on the court, and every time you gave him big time minutes, it was really driving us crazy, driving me crazy because it was evident that he can't keep up with the guys as is right now. You go out and you get yourself a Miles Turner, right? Uh, one of the things that we were looking at when Damian Lillard goes is they were saying like, what point guards are we going to have?
Mhm.
I still don't know if Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be our point guard. It's definitely leaning in that direction,
Right.
but it's
But
not a done deal because you go out and you re-sign a Ryan Rollins. You go out and you get yourself a Cole Anthony. You
Anthony,
go
yeah.
out and you draft a Mark Sears, right? So it's like we have four of them right now. Four,
We're
right?
really deep. Like I will say that I'm not saying we have like A plus talent, but we got a lot of B plus talent on this team.
Oh yeah. So the
Outside
way
of
I,
Giannis,
I
yeah. Outside of
the way
who's
I kind of
obviously
make
A
it.
plus.
Oh,
Right.
super
But
top tier. But the way I kind of like where it made sense to me was it was almost like we were like backing up our hard drive almost like we were building in a lot of redundancy, right? And so
that's
God
true,
forbid you
right?
lose anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to the IT bars.
like you. But think about it, right? You lose. Like, God forbid any of
Yeah.
this happen,
Yeah.
right? But you lose a Gary Trent Jr. You have Gary Harris, who, if he plays up to his potential, plays just like Gary Trent Jr. Right? So if his skill set is something that you value, you never lose it because you have someone who plays just like him
That's
on
true.
you see what I'm saying? You go out and you get yourself an Amir Coffee, right? Who's able to do for you if he plays up to his potential what you wanted to get from Kyle Kuzma, but you couldn't because he just let his skills degrade too much. You get more than what you were getting from Torian Prince because he's more athletic, right? And so you're building up that redundancy, right? You have four point guards right now. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
even have to
crazy.
use Kevin Porter Jr. right now if you don't want to. So if you wanted to go with last season's plan with KPJ, which is to have like that heliocentric offense
Off
and
the
Kevin
bench.
Porter Jr. be that off the bench,
That's fair.
you could start a Ryan Rollins Let Giannis be your heliocentric guy in the starting offense. Let KPJ continue to do that off the bench, and then your closing lineup can have the both of them in that. You have the option to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think
Okay.
they're probably going to put the ball in KPJ's hands. But just because you have them in the starting lineup doesn't mean that you can't mix and match to do that, right? It can be like Chris Middleton was, whereas they're both in the starting lineup, but Chris Middleton would be the first one out
Mm-hmm.
and then come back on to lead your second guys, right? You have those options. Right now, we are as deep as we've been in my time as a Bucks fan
Agreed.
as far as your front court, right? Because you finally have a center that you believe in so that Bobby Portis can play power forward. You
Correct.
don't have to have him as your last line of defense when it was just a bucket. It was a bucket. If Bobby Portis is your last line of defense and you've
It's a
made it to the
bucket.
paint
Right. It's a
and it's
bucket.
just him doing this, it's 2 points, right? You don't have to, and that's no knock on Bobby Portis. This is not what he was good at, right? I do think that he has the potential to be a good defender, just not when they were using him in that way. You use
Right.
him that way, one of the worst defenders in the league, right? But you have a Jericho Sims who now gives you what Bobby Portis couldn't on defense. It allows you to play Bobby Portis out on the wing. It allows
We don't
Bobby
talk
Portis to
enough
have
about
more.
Jericho Sims. His athleticism and was really going to help us too. And he's going to be a little bit more confident. He knows he's wanted here. He going to try harder. I expect a leap for Jericho Sims, and I think he's going to get a decent amount of playing time. Obviously, because we don't have that many bigs. So I'm
Well, yeah.
expecting a leap from Jericho Sims. I honestly feel that way about Jericho Sims.
So also got to remember he was hurt last year with his thumb
Thumb,
injury.
yeah,
He
true.
didn't play that well. I mean, he was
Right.
trying to come. So we got to give him some little grace on there.
No, that's fair. You're right. No, good point.
And it's year one in the system last year. This is your second year in the system. So there's some continuity there, right? As much as we complain about Doc Rivers, and I'm one of them, there is value to having a system that
Right.
everyone at least knows that you can build off of. It's not
even
complete
even with
garbage,
but
right?
even with the players, the familiarity with the players and them knowing where he wants the ball, how he likes to play.
Right. You know what I mean? And so there's a couple of guys that I expect steps forward for in that way. You have Jericho Sims, right? AJ Green got substantial time for the first time last year. He's going into this year now probably getting even more time, especially when we no longer have Pat Connaughton. So he's going to eat up all those minutes, right? You have a Gary Trent Jr. who's going to be in his second year in the system. The aforementioned Torian Prince who's going to be in the second year of his system. But one of the things that I had heard you say in another live,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with this 1,000%, right, is that you need to get these guys into camp as soon as possible. And
Yes.
these guys need to be getting together even without camp. Y'all are grown men. You don't need Doc Rivers to call you together. Someone take control of the group. The only person that should be absent right now is Giannis because he's in a tournament. I don't blame Giannis for that. Whatever. You knew that years ago, right? That Giannis also has loyalty to his country. The quickest way to run Giannis out of town is to try and make him choose. Don't do that, right? This is a polygamous relationship. The side chick just got some time right now. That's just it is what it is. Accept it,
Yeah.
right?
Why? This is
That's
why.
it. It just is what it is. You try to make
Right.
them choose. You
Busted
may
throw
find out that you are not as. Don't do it, right?
Don't
He's
do it right.
happiest when he's able to do when he's able to play for both. It's not heavily intensive right
Right.
now, at least. And this could be like his warm up
Warm up. Yeah.
to rev up, and that's just how I've chosen to look at it. Rather than say you shall only play for the Bucks, I think that is the quickest way to run him out of
At the
town,
time,
right?
I agree.
So, but the rest of you are not playing for Greece, so the rest of you need to be getting together and getting it together. You
No.
don't need Doc to tell you that. There is no, as far as I know, and I could be wrong about this. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, right? But in football, uh, as far as like the players union, there is a rule against like
Mm-hmm.
like uh like the players getting together with the coaches and starting training camp early, but you could still train together. Like last year you used to see Dontavian Wicks and Jaden
Right.
Reed training together all the time. The whole Buck staff team needs to be doing that. All of y'all find somewhere, some centralized location. It doesn't have to be in Milwaukee, whatever, but find it. and get together and start getting together, because there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of new dudes on this team that are going to be expected to contribute. The Cole Anthonys, right?
Right.
The Gary Harrises, right? Miles Turner, right? Who's going to be a big part of what it is we do. All of these are new dudes. Get together, start figuring it out, right? As far as like the offense that you're going to run, the simplified version of that is Giannis penetrating and dishing. But one of the things that I've been watching some of these offenses that are really getting popular in the league. The one that Memphis is running right now, where
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like revolve in the direction of the cutter. We can do something like that and really hurt
Mm.
teams because of
Right.
like the 3-point shooters that we have and the guys that are able to penetrate into the lane. It's hard to keep KPJ out of the lane. It's hard to keep Giannis out of the
Out of the
lane.
lane. Right.
That could work for us, right? But you need to get together and start working on your synergy.
No, I
Get
agree with
together,
that. Hey, look,
right?
hold on 1 second. Look, he said, Tish, too bad we couldn't put Sims and Bobby in the lab and to come out with one perfect big. That is actually that would be a perfect big.
They're like each
Arnold,
other's yin and
so
yang,
Yeah,
right?
they
They're
are. That's
right,
hilarious.
but I like that they could be on the court at the same time because they
Mm-hmm.
cover down for each other's weakness, right? Jericho is athletic where Bobby's not, right?
Right.
Polyamorous, this is shit, right? Bobby is a shooter and has touch where Jericho does not, at least at
Right.
this point, right? Jericho can move well sideways. He's
He's got
athletic
lateral.
for
He
a
got
big.
good lateral movement. That's why he's
He's
fight over those screens so good. Like that
he's got
lateral
good
movement.
everything.
Yeah. That.
Lateral, vertical, he can move, right? But again, he doesn't have quite that touch just yet. Bobby does, right? And so I think the two of them getting together
Would help.
and building off of that would really help, because I think that we have the potential to have a good big to big relationship between Giannis and Miles when it comes to the passing.
Right.
That should not stop when they go to the bench.
No, no, I agree. Hey, Tish,
You
we
see what I'm
that
saying?
is fair. That is a fair point. Bobby is now the vocal leader on the team. He's rising to the top of being that guy. I could see that. I could
So get
totally
them
see it.
together.
Yeah,
that's
So get them
I could see
together.
that,
Get them
Tish.
together.
Yeah,
You
I
feel
could see
me?
that. I could 100% see that
You know.
because
So
they need
that's just
leadership.
my 2 cents.
Yeah, but they need leadership though. So if he's gonna take the reins, because Giannis isn't as vocal like that. I know we've seen him grab the clipboard for moments, but I mean consistent. You know what I mean? Love him or hate him, like Draymond. Draymond is consistent with what he's doing as far as leadership on the team. Love him or hate him.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I
and
mean?
Giannis can't koofy slap anybody on the Bucks to get him
right.
in line, right? So
Right.
you're gonna need
Yeah,
someone.
You need
time.
some back. Yeah. So
Yo,
Bobby's a respected, well respected amongst the players and all that. So I get that. So Giannis focus on his game. You do all that, and that's fair. That's cool. That's cool.
Giannis, Giannis slapped the gum out that dude's mouth. Yo,
Right.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just saying
They said,
before,
yo,
during the lines, like, hey, you don't play with me like that. I'm telling
you
people
don't
off
play
the
with
rap,
anyone
but
like
like
that.
that,
That's
don't
a
smack me in
cultural
my head.
thing.
Yeah, you, yeah,
That's a cultural thing. I just chalk that up to I'm not Greek. I don't get it, but you
right.
know what? It is
That's
what
what
it
I
is.
said. It has to be cultural because I'm telling you, you smack me in
What?
my head, it is up
You
so fast. Soon as I feel that
Immediately.
fingers on the back of my head, it is gonna be up and it's gonna be action so fast. It's gonna
You've
be
made that dude
fast.
into a meme. You've made him into a meme. We don't even know who he is, but we know him now. Like, you know what I mean? That's a grown man. That dude's got a family somewhere. Every time he walks into his house, his mother's gonna be looking at him like, you let somebody put their hands on you like that. Look, whatever, whatever. But they apparently don't have the issue
Right,
like
yeah.
that.
That threw me
My
off.
mother
Like
would have
that.
been looking at me crazy. Like, I
Right,
don't care. I don't care if you lose the fight immediately. You.
right. Yeah, you still can't let that happen. Right.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
gosh.
crazy. Shout out.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't need that type of leadership though, y'all. We keep your hands to yourself. Hey, to keep it doing what we don't need nobody getting smacked in the head. But I will
Not
say
with
this
Bobby
about
Portis.
Giannis. I am peeping and working on the jumper. I know that he's in the lab there and he likes to be in the lab in real time. I'm paying attention. He's trying to add something to his game. Last year was a mid range. He's now adding a little bit different sauce with the jumper now. So I want to give him some time. Maybe this is his way of working on his game versus, you know what I mean? So I want to give him that grace. And we've seen
I,
improvement. Last time he played, he came back with the midi. So maybe he comes back with something different now. So let's give him that grace.
That's how I choose to look at it, right? This is a competitive tournament where you can start labbing some of the things that you want to work on, right? Because there's only so much that you're going to do in a run at you know what I mean, at any gym or whatever. They're only going
Right.
to be so intense, right? So I am always going to be concerned that the
Facts,
intensity
Tish.
level could lead to an injury, right? But um it's intense enough that whatever it is you're working on, your labbing is getting real resistance, right? So if you're
Hmm.
working on that shot, someone is really trying to close out and
Right.
stop it. So you can really work on it because these guys really want to win this tournament. This is not just something that they're doing after work or at lunchtime or whatever. Like this is a real tournament to these dudes, right? You know what I mean? So I respect it. Whatever we're seeing from them is real offense. It's not just I'm playing up against mediocre defense
Right.
offense, right? It's not preseason,
Right.
right? You see what I'm saying? So he's already in full on competition mode, and certain things you don't get unless people are really trying to stop
And
you.
real
So
action.
he's
No,
going,
I agree with that. Tish,
you
it's
know,
not a big deal. They said that they were just playing, and I guess it's a cultural thing, smacking each other in the back of the head. So the reason we
yeah,
looked at it the way we did is because that's not typically something you would do in America. You know
yeah,
things will go left
no,
fast. Yeah, things will go left fast. So that was our depiction of what happened, and he provided the explanation that it was just a playful thing that they do. So that's
No,
just
and
what
no,
it
apparently
is.
let them do it to
man,
him
Right.
or something
yeah,
afterwards. It's,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something they do, smacking each other in the back of the head. So all right, yeah, just keep that over there. Do not
exactly.
lead it. Just don't do that over here. It'll
oh,
be active fast,
oh,
or it should be if you built
oh.
like that. But it should be active immediately. Yeah, that's crazy. But
Yeah,
I do, like I said, when he first was going over there this year, that I understand if he working on his game, and I think that's what it is, and maybe that's what works for him. Maybe we just gotta let it go about the whole Greece thing. Maybe that's literally what he does to improve his game. Maybe that's what works for him.
and
That's
it's
all I can
country
think of.
pride. It's country pride, right?
That
So
too.
for you know what I mean? And Greece, even with him, look, it is what it is, right?
Right.
They're not a major powerhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that they do is predicated on whether or not he plays. Without him, they come on, right? So it's not like they're Serbia, but with him, they can challenge those guys,
Right.
right? So there's a lot of pride as far as that is concerned. I don't, as a fan, as a Milwaukee fan, you don't ever want to tell uh, restrict people unless it's absolutely necessary. So I mean, if you were to tell me Giannis is during the summertime flying up and down the street on a motorcycle, no shirt on, yeah, Giannis, I don't care how you feel about that, you gotta kill
You
that, right? You know what I
right.
mean? But if you're out there working on your game, yes, my fear is, especially if his usage rate is going to go up, is the amount of miles you're logging on your body and whether or not there's a risk for injury there.
Right.
But I'm also balancing that with him going to be able to hopefully walk into the season already in good rhythm because you've been playing competitive basketball. The European, uh, the quality of competition is going up as the years go by, right?
That's
So it's
true.
not
That's
like they're
very
playing
that's a
nobodies,
good
right?
point. Right. It's not all slouches
So
over there and plumbers, is like they like to use that term. No, they got some quality talent over
right.
there.
Right. You know what I mean? And so you're going up against real resistance. So you hopefully should come in having already like turned up, whereas
Mm-hmm.
your teammates might have to kind of catch up to your level of intensity right out the gate. So there is some risk there. You just hope that the Greek team and Milwaukee have an understanding that look, there's a minutes restriction. That was my understanding that you're not going to play, especially in the preliminary games. You're not going to play over a certain amount of minutes, especially if the game is unnecessary. Don't get crazy. Hopefully, everyone respects that this is like a
A
dual
partnership.
relationship
Yeah,
right
it's a
now.
partnership.
And then you never really put in that position. You know what I mean? And just kind of hope for the best, right? But everyone else, again, that's my thing. There's less players. It's not like a football team. You got like 53 people or whatever. Basketball, what is it? 15,
Mm-hmm.
16 people get together at one of these gyms. You guys know it better than I do. One of these gyms down there in Milwaukee, rent it out for a week or whatever. Somebody could fit the bill and start
Right.
working on it. There's no excuse for that not to happen unless it's
That's
against the
fair.
rules, right?
That's fair. No, that's a
And
fair
get
point.
together.
No, I agree. No, that's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
They should want to do that. They shouldn't even have to
Absolutely.
be told. They should want to do that. But I do have high expectations, and I saw some of the comments in the chat too. People are saying a lot of people. So now there's people picking the Bucks to be like fourth in the East, 55 wins. I don't see that. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Me neither. And again, like there's a lot of so I think the overall ceiling, the potential ceiling went
Mm-hmm.
when Damian Lillard left, right? Because we don't have any other over the top players like he was
Right.
capable of being. But the reality was is that he didn't often do that himself when he was here for one
Right.
reason or another. So there were a couple of times where the both of them guys were really going off. But I was always left wanting it more consistently.
Consistent.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But the floor has risen up because I think the team is more well rounded. Like I said, there's more redundancy built in. We're deep now in certain areas, and I think that we're capable of playing like the type of defense. It seems like we're capable of being like that scrappy team like Orlando was last year, just with a
Okay. Right.
Giannis at the head of it, right? Where a lot of just a lot of depth, where you're not really getting a break from anybody. Guys go out, the
Mm-hmm.
starters go out, the bench guys come in, you continue to get the same problem. That's what I'm hoping, but we got to see it. We got to see it, and the sooner they get in the gym and the sooner they get in the lab, the better. Because that part of it, and Doc, you're gonna have to coach like you were back in Orlando, not Boston, not
Mm.
Clippers, certainly not Philly. You're gonna have to coach like you got Tracy McGrady and a bunch of dudes who could potentially play, but you really have to put them in the right place at the right time. They need clear direction. They need clear instruction. None of this, we're
Right.
going to let them go out and flounder and let them figure it out
Right.
stuff.
Right.
No, you're going to have to get off your ass and coach and give them the direction that they did not have, right? That approach did not work last year. We gave you your grace. I understood it at the time because there is a lot of impromptu play that has to happen in basketball. You guys do need to know how to play in a
Right.
faster paced game. You need to give instruction. Guys need to know where they need to be on the court. A lot of new guys. Where should you be if Giannis is charging down the lane? Immediately be able to run to your spots so that essentially, if you put a blindfold on Giannis, he's
Mm-hmm.
still able to make the pass because you are where you need to be. Right? This needs to be a timing based offense. You said that you want to play faster. The only way that you play faster is if guys know what they're doing. The only way that guys know what they're doing is if you tell them what they need to do. Stop with this, or they need to figure it out stuff. That's a cop out. That's I don't know what to tell them, and so I'm putting the onus 100% on them. If you are not necessary, then they shouldn't pay you, and we shouldn't have a coach, and we should just be freestyling it. But if it's necessary for us to have a coach, then do your damn job because we're going to need it this year. And if you don't know what you're doing, then give those duties to one of your second or thirds or fourths. You got 1,000 people under you. Give it to one of them. Let them step in and give the guys the instruction they needed because that approach didn't work last year. And there was a whole lot of guys who didn't know what they were doing. There was a whole lot of guys who were sitting there looking like this on defense when that was supposed to be the strength of the team last year. Do your job this year.
Get the likes
Do your
up.
job this
Dr.
year.
Smith got his apron on. Come, can you and Chef Hat? Can you please hit the like button? Carry on, Dr. Smith.
That's all I ask, right? That approach didn't work last year. All that, well, these guys, we're really trying to teach them how to play and all that. I remember exactly
Yeah,
where I was when he
This ain't
said that.
Montessori school, sir. These people need structure.
Exactly. Exactly. Let these, especially with all the new guys.
Oh,
I
hundred
don't want to hear
percent.
that this year.
Right.
Right, exactly. So this is a Doc Rivers. Once upon a time, you knew what that was. In Boston, you didn't have to do that. You had Kevin Garnett, you had Ray Allen, you had Paul Pierce, you had Rajon Rondo. The job was done for you, bro. Right? Orlando, you had Tracy McGrady and a bunch of guys who could play, but they needed structure. This is the Doc Rivers that we need. That guy who got Tracy McGrady MVP considerations on a team that shouldn't even made the playoffs. That's the Doc Rivers that we need. If you don't know how to be that in today's NBA anymore, then move aside, man. Because we need a coach. We need a
No Stretch
coach.
building. No Stretch has entered the building.
No strays, ENT. Our favorite out was good. Bucks having a successful season sounds good until the playoffs start. Then they get smacked like Giannis did that Greek.
Do you really want to go?
I just want to say,
Do you want to go there right now? What did Jalen Brown's father just did today? He got accused of trying to murder somebody.
What?
Yeah, read it up.
what?
It's
What
in
happened?
there.
What?
What
Jalen
happened?
Brown's dad tried to murder somebody.
Who? What? Say that again. What?
Jalen
One more
Jalen
Brown's
time.
Brown's
dad.
father. Jalen Brown's
Try to.
father tried to kill somebody today. And I didn't read it up. I was like, I thought it was him, but it was like, no, it was his dad. So I'm like, I ain't really know what happened. So we need
Oh,
to
that's some
tell
crazy
that
family
happened.
Yeah,
drama.
that's crazy. A
That's
fact,
well on that.
fact, savage race. Yeah,
Definitely
it's
on
So
Coach
Doc
Doc's.
is very important to this thing
that,
coming together.
it says right here, dad arrested for attempted murder in a parking lot stabbing.
Oh,
Damn. Oh, he got
I can't even
active
joke about that.
with the poker. Damn.
I can't even joke about that. That's real family drama. Well,
Yeah,
Jalen, I hope y'all
yeah.
figure
That's
that out. That's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy. I don't wish that on nobody. That is nuts. Well,
I
on
agree
that
too.
note, I'll leave that. I'll leave it to y'all. I gotta
All right.
run. I gotta
All
do
right.
some
Appreciate you, Dr. Smith.
studying. Salute, salute,
Let's do
salute.
it.
Amir Coffee. I'm telling you, that is the move y'all need to be getting hyped about. Amir Coffee. Amir Coffee. I'm telling
Okay.
you. I
All right.
like that sign. I'm
Uh,
telling you.
we gonna
But on
see.
that note, salute to the
Appreciate you,
chat.
Dr. Smith.
All right, all right. Peace, peace.
All right. See you soon, bro.
I,
All right. Appreciate you,
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Smith.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy, Bleed. That's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, that is
I heard.
very wild.
But now, like, I didn't really read into it because I was at work. But it was
All right.
like,
Yeah, I'm about to
what?
check in that when we get off.
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, he
It's
stabbed the
crazy.
guy over a parking spot.
Yeah,
I agree, Mr. Cool. I think coffee is gonna be legit. No, I definitely agree. I think coffee is definitely gonna be legit. Yeah, that's
I think that was,
crazy.
I think that was low key great. The good sign. Like, I saw some highlights. I'm like,
He's
all
explosive.
right.
He got some explosion to him.
Like I said, like it's a documentary that supposed to be for the Bucks, and it was like all those guys in that room was pretty much trying to. I don't know. It was too much stuff going on right there. Like they trying to say in the draft room about who they need to get. And, all they said was this guy can play with.
You came in here popping. You came in here popping. You was popping your. Come on, man. No, we not doing that. We not doing
I,
that. No, you get no sympathy, sir. You came in here off the rip,
I
letting
had
shots
I
fired.
had
Soon as you
ready.
walked in, hey, soon as he walked in, soon as he
I had
walked
ready.
in.
As soon as he walked there, I had that ready for him. Like, I'm sorry, man, you can't. I
Oh,
had
it's not
that
even
ready.
a sneaky good. We think he'll be a very solid player for us, Gary Harris.
I, but Double Bucks gonna play way faster this year than
I
he
think
recently.
I think to be honest, I'm gonna tell the truth. I think we're gonna mimic the Pacers, and we got Miles Turner who understands the system. Now, Doc, I know you might not be no X's and O dude, but I think you're cunning, and I think if you're smart, you will talk to Miles Turner, understand that system, and implement that system and maybe add your own sauce. That way you don't have to think too much. All you have to do is execute. You have the center that was part of the team, understands it inside and out. Use that system. We have similar players now. The system is there already. Use it, remix it. That's what you do in the NBA. That's why everybody's shooting threes, because Golden State started it. If you see something working with fast pace, it got them all the way to the championship. Now we have the talent on the roster thanks to John Horst. It is time to pick up the pace. Mimic fast break teams. It's simple, Doc. This, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You already have seen what's working. Just bring your own rendition. That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. All
You
you
know,
got to, it's not that hard, bro. And defensively, we have team speed. So now you don't have to worry about drop coverage. Most people can fight over a screen. So now you look for a team with your type of talent and mimic their defense. You're clearly not, don't have the acumen to create. So imitate.
you
If
know
you
what's sad
can't
about
create, imitate. That might be the best bet. I'm just keeping it real.
you know what's sad about that though? Agent Griffin was doing that before they got
Right.
fired, but
Oh, we're
because he
definitely
had
dangerous. Tish, we have to be one of the top 5 deepest teams in the NFL. I said NFL in the NBA. 100%.
yeah,
We have a lot. Like I said, we're full of B and B plus players. We're full of them, and so that way, with that type of talent, we should be able to run up and down. People should be interchangeable because they should all be around the similar skill sets. It should just be interchangeable, running them in and out 10, 12 deep, just like Indiana. We need to mimic what Indiana was doing, period. We have the talent now on the roster. We really need to do that. What you think about that?
I mean, we can. The Bucks should be able to do that because like I said before, like Griffin did that, but then we had the players that didn't want to play that way. Now we got the players to play that way. The offense going to look like how it should have been 2 years ago before Griffin got fired. So
Right,
it's going to be looking like that because you got the players that can run down up and down the court.
right.
And
Hold on one second. RS Mill, yes, we need quality possessions, but quality possessions are also created within an offensive system. So I think first thing we need to do is actually have a true offensive system. And then once that's implemented, I think that will solve that problem. You can't have good possessions if you don't know what you're doing or have any plays or sets to run. So I think the first thing we need to implement a real offense that people are comfortable with, understand, and is modernized for today's game, not with the way you think the game should be played, but modernized for how it's actually being played. And then I think when that happens, I think we'll also, our shot attempts will go up, and I think our scoring might even go up because we'll be able to score easier. It won't be so much ISO when you need to. It'll be people move, and it'll be more natural flow. And I also think obviously defense will be better defense, and our defense will cause turnovers and generate offense as well. I think we'll actually, this is no disrespect, we'll be a better team than we were last year because of how much talent we have on this roster, top to bottom. And I also, I don't know if that was you, Derek, or not in the chat. Maybe Tish was talking about AJ Green. Every team is trying to get AJ Green.
Tish,
AJ Green is highly coveted. We need to be proud that we developed AJ Green. That's one of the few players. I know my boy Gibson Nicholas always talk about player development. That's one of the few players that we developed, and he was a two-way contract player that has now become a rotational piece, for a key rotational piece for this team, where he's off limits. They were trying to do the Jonathan Kuminga, all these other weird trades. They all wanted AJ Green or Bobby P, which obviously we understand.
nope. They better. They hung up the phone as soon as I heard that. Oh, hang up the phone.
The Tish, the problem was, you both of y'all are right, but the problem was, and what I was pushing back with Griffin was, you didn't have the roster to implement that system. You needed to implement a system for an older roster. We even said that on the line. What he's implemented is for a young, fast team, and that's not what we were. We're an older veteran team. So like it just didn't work. But correct. Now I think Griffin with this team would be better. I think he could coach this team. I do think that Griffin would be able to handle this roster. Yep. Yeah, we have to play faster. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to play faster. in,
Put
in
pressure on his.
today's in modern NBA, you have to play with pace. Last year, a big problem with the Milwaukee Bucks were that the teams were getting more possessions than the Bucks, significantly more possessions than the Bucks because they were playing at a much faster pace, getting more shots up. So we definitely have to increase the pace and get more shot attempts. And also maybe look at even getting a couple more threes up if possible. We have to keep up with today's NBA. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Yeah, Griffin had the right idea, wrong roster.
Wrong roster. Year too half too late. It's just I know it does kind of get mad that the system they try to run now is with the team we trying to run with this year. Kind of like wow, could have had him for this instead of the ones 2 years ago. But I
That
mean,
but
it's just all
one second, but yeah, that's the whole point though, Tish. Is what I'm saying is like that's 100% right. And the from allegedly, Tish, this is all allegedly, that a big reason that Griffin was out of there was because of problems with Bobby and Brooke Lopez. Allegedly. And how he wanted them to play, they didn't want to play. They wanted to do the drop coverage and all that, and he wanted them to play a more agile defense. And he was just butting heads. Like I said, his ideas, and that's why he wanted to trade them. But obviously, they were cornerstones of the championship team. That wasn't going to happen, so they got rid of the coach. But if he would have been able to get rid of those players, I think he would have been able to flourish. If he could have got rid of the old slow players, I think he would have been able to flourish. I think so.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you knew it was a writing on the wall when you try to trade a player that already won a championship. So it's kind of hard to
Okay.
say I want to put.
Oh, look at I said Tayshaun. Torian Prince is our oldest player, 31. That's not bad. That's not
That's
bad.
good.
That's
Now
not bad at all. I
we
do
we
gotta want to quick pivot just back to the Brewers real quick. I just want to ask you a question. If somebody was telling you like me, right, like Mr. 414 in the chat, like where what's making this year different for the Brewers than past years where they were good and went on all these streaks and then go and then they fizzle out in October. Why is this year different? I want your opinion. Why is this year different for them?
I believe the why is different this year because the NL is really not that strong. It's not as strong as the AL is right now, and just the way they're winning. And Wood Brandon Woodruff came back the way he came back. He's pitching amazing right now. And then the Miz has not pitched that well, and they still winning. And
Mm,
then we don't have our best hitter, one of our best hitters besides Yelich, that he had hamstring injury. Kunder, I forgot his name, Cordero, whatever his name,
mm.
trying to, but he's not playing right now. He ain't playing until probably end of September, maybe probably closer in September. So we don't have our best hitter. We don't know how good our star rotation is getting good, but it's just that at the end of the day, we don't know how they're going to do in the playoffs. They just I don't know. I don't. It's just so much stuff. It's it's not that I get upset about guard myself about what the Bucks, I mean the Brewers are doing. It's just that I think about overall of our history of Wisconsin sports. Think about all the losses we had. With the let's say the Badgers in 2015 almost
Packers,
with
Packers.
Packers. Packers losing four NFC Championship games. The Badgers
It's
just
the PTSD. It's the PTSD.
we just don't win. When the Bucks won, you had to wake me up from that dream because I didn't think we. I was like, won the championship? Really? We did?
All right.
Like, like the Packers won championship. I had the same feeling. Like, Packers won championship. Whoa! Well, like, wow! Like we don't know how to feel at that point. We
Right.
lose so many games. It just I don't know. Like they're doing so good right now, and I know I should be happy about it, but right now I'm like,
I'm watching. I'm paying attention, but I don't want to go all in yet. I'm paying attention. I'm definitely 100% paying attention. I plan on going to a postseason game as well. support the squad, but I just need to see it when it matters most for the Brewers. That's just really what it is. I just
It's
want them to do it when it matters most.
they
It's just a
just
lot like this Wisconsin. Like the Brewers got me hyped. The Packers got me hyped with this Micah Parsons rumor. The offseason finessing by Horst got me hyped for the Bucks. There's a lot of positives right now for Wisconsin sports. There's definitely a lot of positive right now. It's just like
but
it's just anxiousness and like nervous energy now because you want to see them actually succeed. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That that's
you want to be just scared. Like you just don't want to be like, man, they're gonna because it just a couple of times they just lose the teams. You just think about the last 2 years. They lost in the first round
yeah.
to
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and even the Bucks after that, after we won a chance. We've been losing the first round, but we still can believe because we saw them do it. We've never seen the Brewers
that.
actually do it. That's the difference between the Brewers and the Bucks. We've seen the Bucks do it. We've actually seen the Packers do it.
Yeah,
We've never seen the Brewers do it. Let this be their year. That's great. But we need to see you do it. Then you got not unlimited faith, but we've seen you do it. You know what I'm saying? So it
just,
can happen again.
I'm praying for them. Like they played their butts off out there, and they gotta get my respect. They gotta get all your respect. 40 games over 500, first team to 80 wins. ERA is great. They get the most runs in the league right now, 8.4.
Right.
Like you not a bad team if you get that many runs and not hitting the home run.
Right.
They got kills in the league. Everybody's pushing the ball. Every time they go on base, they're pushing the ball. They're pressuring teams to run down to get on base. So that's my little analyst thing right there. I'm trying to get it with the Brewers. So
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We gonna
I,
start. We gonna slowly start incorporating some Brewers now since they getting is ready for the postseason and it's like a frenzy. Like it's just exciting in the city. Just I saw your comment. Yeah, Wisconsin sports got people. It's lit right now. It's definitely lit right now. And I
people want
also, I think somebody mentioned it earlier, but I also want to give the Brewers manager credit. He's definitely changed this team for the better. Definitely want
he
to give him his credit.
the, every player they got hit. They got a guy from that was with the White Sox. His batting average was horrible. Vaughn, his
Uh,
batting average horrible. So as he came to the Brewers, he's hitting home runs like crazy. That's because the Brewers let him do his thing. They ain't trying to change him. They just said that he's like, I'm just gonna do the right thing. No, you hit home runs. That's what the manager said. Like, do what you do.
right,
We're good. Strike out, you strike out. You hit a home run. That's what we want you here for. And that's right. Murphy need to get his credit.
right.
He's gonna get coaching a manager year again because he just with these guys he's bringing in. It's ain't even no money. They're not making money. It's guys that's come off the street that get
They
coaching
believe,
side.
see, but they bought in. And that's what I'm saying. When you got a coach that creates a system and environment, the players buy in. I haven't seen them buy in yet for Doc. This is a great example for the Brewers where you see the players, everyone is buying in. I've never seen that from with the Bucks under the leadership of Doc. I'm waiting to see commitment from the players. You see commitment from the players with the Brewers. I want to
Yeah,
see commitment from Doc to this team so they can commit to him.
exactly.
Like
It should.
it just is what it is. I'm like, man, this is a lot going on. Micah Parsons, cats getting shanked. Like it's just a lot. This is a lot. What's your last words, Bleacher, before I get up out of here, bro?
If that Michael Parsons trade happened,
Oh, we going live immediately. Immediately. Lee, I'm
he,
about to call in. Like, hey. I see y'all, man. Hey, we got Micah Parsons. I'm going to Green Bay. No, yeah, hey, we go live immediately. That happened immediately.
he,
All right, Bleacher.
all right.
All right, bro, go. We tap you in, Brandon, before we get up out here. What up, Brandon?
What up?
What up? What's going on, bro? What's your recap?
Uh, um, talk about, hey, we
Mm.
got the boys going nuts right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers trying to get Michael Parsons. If that happens, hey, we're gonna knock it.
Oh, that puts us in a whole different stratosphere as far as defense. If we can
Mm-hmm.
pull something like that, that changes everything. That changes everything of my expectations for this team. It changes everything.
Right. Also, the Brewers,
All right.
I think it's my, I do not want to give my hope or expectations up
Mm-hmm.
real quick. I want to see how they go do against the Giants
All right.
weekend or this week. So I think the Brewers players are buying in.
Mm-hmm.
Same with they buying in.
Mm-hmm.
I I think the Bucks need to do the same thing. If they're committed to the players to buying in into the system,
Right.
I think my son can open up some playbook
Yep.
for the Bucks. So
I
we'll
agree.
see what can that what that can do implement the system into a player that my son can bring.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I definitely
So
agree with you.
I because we don't want to come in with without no goddamn system.
Correct. That's the main problem we have as a that's the main problem is we don't have a system.
Yeah,
Oh, yep, 6 weeks. Okay, 6 weeks.
hey, so the NBA season starts in October,
Yep.
not
Right.
so we got a couple more weeks, 2 more weeks until the real season starts for
Right.
the NFL, and then season starts for the NBA.
Yeah, it's about to. Yeah, this is that crazy time of year. Yeah.
But it's not. It's not gonna be on TNT anymore.
Yep.
It's gonna be on NBC,
Mhm.
Big and ESPN.
Mhm.
That's different.
Right.
That's different.
Mhm.
And we still gonna have a Buck Live. I'm fans who forgot. So it's going on right now.
Right. I agree. No, facts. Facts.
It's not going
I'm here
to
for it.
80, 80 to 44 win. Hey, I'm
I'm
not
with
going
it. I'm with it.
to charge up. I want to see what happened in the postseason.
100%, Brent. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
you know why I want to get my input on the Brewers season.
Mm.
They in and out of the lineup
Okay.
because we still have some players hurt. All I want to see is the Brewers are healthy. Same with our backers, same with our bucks.
Facts.
So it's all we got to see when they're healthy and know their role. Then then we got to put go, go to swing in the right direction.
Right. Facts. Facts.
We don't, we don't want to hear all these noises, but let let all these noises bring home the positive energy.
I agree. I agree with you, Brandon. Definitely,
So
100%. We gonna
we
see, but
do it.
I'm excited though, and we gonna
Yeah,
see. We gonna have the third, second, and third stringers for the Packers this Saturday. So hopefully we see if we can find a diamond in the rough, because I definitely haven't been impressed these first two preseason games. Even though we won this last one, I'm still not impressed. I want to see more from the more from the Packers. So we gonna see. But I appreciate you tapping in, Brandon.
about if you find out any more about the Packers new, the Buck new,
Mm,
hey, we're going we're going out easy.
right. Yeah.
Like I said, I know the Packers trying hard to try and get Michael Parsons.
Good point,
If
Mr.
that
Cool.
if
Mm-hmm.
that happens, then we got a shot at them.
Right. Yep. No, I agree. Yep.
So single to Buck Nation, Sunny friend, single to Packers Nation, and single to Brewers Nation.
Appreciate you, Brandon.
They can wait take the time, they can wait the time. I got to Saturday.
Uh,
Hey, I'm hyped for this season. I'm hyped.
there we go. All right, Brandon.
But
All right, bro. Shout out to Brandon. We get in the comment section for a hot second here. Man, this is a lot to unpack. Damn, Wisconsin sports. You got the Brewers, now the Packers, Micah Parsons. Hey, Bucks is loaded. They got a nice roster. We lit. Wisconsin sports deserve. Hey, we deserve some love. Definitely deserve some love. Jimmy Roller, boom! Can't wait to beat on the Celtics this season like Giannis beating on the Greek. Come on, Jimmy, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jimmy, come on, man. Come on, man. Hilarious. That's a good point, Mr. Cool, about the four bigs all playing differently. That's a good point. I like the diversity as well. Shout out to Jimmy. One game at a time, one live at a time. Yo, that is hilarious. Right. BKC in the building. Salute to BKC. Salute to BKC. Another excellent live. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. I apologize for the late notice on this live. I pretty much put it out like 15, 20 minutes before I was going live. My apologies. I'll make sure moving forward to post a live sooner to make sure we get all our friends and family in here sooner. But I appreciate all y'all tapping in. We just talked about recent news with the Bucks, Packers, and our Brewers in first place by 7 games. Best record in MLB, doing work. So hey, let's cheer them on, and hopefully they can come through for us in the postseason. Micah Parsons come to the Packers. You already know we win a Super Bowl anytime we get a generational talent. We're winning the Super Bowls. Not even if, it's when. Not if, it's when. And the Bucks, we just gotta hope Doc can implement a system. Doc, brother, do not try to reinvent the wheel. Take what's working and add some sazon. Just add some sazon. Don't try to do too much. Just a little sazon or a little smoked paprika for color and a little flavor. That's it, bro. They already get the you already know that the formula's out here. Use somebody's formula and spice it up a little bit, man. That's all you got to do. That's it. That's it. Damn, man. Just keep it simple, Doc. You're not a creator. Just be an imitator, bro. You're not a creator. Yeah, it is a great time to be a Wisconsin sports fan. 100%. 100%. No strays. You know you wild, bro. You know you. Don't worry about us being in the World Series. Y'all better hope y'all make it. Do no strays. Keep a clip. Hey, every time I see no strays on Twitter, if I'm on there, no strays. Off rip. No strays. Keep a clip. I gotta give him his credit. Shout out to No Strays. You said Kevin Porter Jr. Okay, yeah, yeah. As far as keeping it under control, just yeah, I see what you're saying. I agree with that. And I saw somebody else asking about Russell Westbrook earlier. We don't need it. I feel you, but I don't think we need a Russell Westbrook. I think we need to start relying on our young talent. Let's give an honest shot to our players, our point guards that we already have on this roster that I feel have a lot of upside. So I think we should do that. I mean, we got the Sears, we got KPJ, we got damn my guy with the shoulder, Ryan Rollins. We have enough talent. We don't need no Russell Westbrook. That's just name recognition. That's just name recognition. We don't need that. And another guard too. We have way too many guards. Well, all right, y'all. Let me get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, just hit the like button, comment, like, subscribe for the most electrifying content on YouTube and the most electrifying chat on YouTube. Go.